Ever since I shared my video on being terrified to lose progress, many of you reached out about how nervous you were to travel over the summer and how you were worried that your travels were going to mess up all of your progress because you weren't going to be able to control how you eat and you're just going to gain all of that weight back. And I get it. Traveling can be tricky. Weekends can be tricky. Anything that kind of sets you off of your normal routine can introduces an opportunity for failure, but it also introduces a way that you can solve new problems. And I totally get how difficult it can be to eat healthy while you're traveling. We travel all the time. We go to Disney World, we go in the mountains. If we have a free weekend somehow and there's no soccer games, we want to get out of the house, we want to go do an adventure. And I've had to learn through making a lot of mistakes and trying new things and figuring out solutions how to travel and still maintain your goals. How to travel and be healthy, and also how to eat healthy while traveling and still enjoy your traveling, because it all matters. So it might seem like a difficult ask to eat healthy, but also enjoy your time and relax. And I get it, right? At the end of the day, it's a vacation. You want to enjoy your time. And if you watch my videos on how I'm starting a cleanish movement, you know that I'm all about enjoying not clean foods and pizza and donuts and all of that stuff as part of your lifestyle. But the problem is when it starts to add up too much and you lose control and you overeat and you're no longer even enjoying it. You're just doing it because that's what you're on. You're on vacation. I'm gonna have an extra drink. I'm gonna have more donuts. And you start to actually tear away at all this progress you've made mentally more than anything. And it can have some detrimental effects when you return back to your normal routine. But at the same time, it's really important to enjoy your lifestyle and enjoy this journey and not get caught up on, oh, I hate the fact that I have to eat healthy on vacation. I hate my life. That's not where we wanna be. We wanna be, I am killing it. I'm eating healthy. I'm enjoying some things, but I'm also not going crazy. And overall, I'm having a very good vacation. So let's talk about some common mistakes for eating healthy while traveling. First off, not planning ahead. If you find yourself starving or in the middle of nowhere with no extra snacks and no extra food to eat that you've already planned ahead, you're really at the mercy of whatever's around you. If the only thing in sight is a pizza joint, that's what you're gonna have. You're gonna have pizza. You don't really get a lot of choice in that matter. You're putting other people and other things in front of your own choice there. Something I used to do is I used to eat at every stop we had. I would have a breakfast, I'd have snacks, I'd have lunches, everything that when you're stopping in your car, you're always thinking, oh, I have to have a full meal. When really, just because you're stopping and you're doing different things doesn't mean that has to change what you're normally gonna eat. If you plan on having a certain amount of calories, or if you're following a certain protocol for your nutrients, you're really gonna have to think about how do I make that fit into the times ahead of time. And if you wanna try something at every stop, then have a little bit of something. It doesn't have to be a whole meal. I'm all about trying new things and enjoying having a little taste of things, but enjoying a donut at one spot and then moving on and having a shake at the next spot, all of those are really gonna add up over time. Instead, if you just try a little bit, it's really gonna help. Not drinking enough water is another thing that I found is a huge burden with traveling. It can be tricky to have access to water. So the more you can plan ahead, get water at restaurants, have a water bottle with you, bring extra water in the cooler, all of that will really help you stay hydrated, which is gonna make you feel less full, and it's gonna help you maintain those normal fluid levels in your body that you're used to. Another common mistake that I've done while traveling is being too much on vacay mode. And this is when you just let go and go crazy. I've put down a ton of calories in a day. I've had multiple meals, extra desserts at the next place, and it just adds up so crazy that at the end of the day, I'm feeling super gross. And I feel like, what was I even doing? I didn't even enjoy that. So instead of doing that, I really focus on what can I have this day that's gonna be a vacay mode decision. And then the rest of the day, I try to compensate for that by not having a large breakfast or having more protein shakes than during the day so that I compensate for all the extra fat and carbs from more greasy meals. Because the last thing you wanna do is feel crummy on your vacation too. So something that we like to do is to pack healthy snacks for when we're traveling. That way I know I have something in the car, or if we're traveling by air, I pack a bag of extra food with me and I bring it in a backpack. And it's really, I have an investment in my health and myself, right? So I want to make sure that I am focused on that. And then when I have those extra Vacay Mode snacks and treats, it's planned and it's part of what I'm doing. It's not a going crazy all the time kind of thing. And that's what makes it enjoyable for me. That way I'm still meeting my goals. And if I have a cheat day, that's planned and I'm the one choosing to do it. It's not just at the whim, because the more at the whim that you do that kind of stuff, the more you're gonna really start regretting it when you get back. So another thing we do is when we're traveling, we like to kind of plan ahead on what splurges we're gonna do. We'll find a restaurant we're gonna try in a certain day, or we know, hey, that's the place that has the best cheesecake, we gotta hit that place up. Or I'll pay attention to Yelp reviews. So like if this place has supposedly amazing ice cream, I wanna make sure to go to that place with amazing ice cream. So at Disney, when we're traveling, I don't usually eat a lot of the food that's at Disney, but I love Dole Whip. So I'm gonna make sure in that day that I'm gonna have that Dole Whip, and I'm gonna compensate the rest of the day, lowering my carbs, lowering my fat intake so that I can have that and it's not the end of the world. That's the beauty about following macros and generally following a healthy lifestyle, is you can kind of get by eating not the best foods as long as you're compensating for it. It's really, the problem is when it just goes crazy and then when you don't have an overall understanding of just how much extra you're eating. So protein shakes and water are a huge thing for me when I'm traveling, because I know that most foods that are vacay foods are gonna be high in fat and high in sugar, which means you're not gonna get as much protein during the day. So if I can compensate and continue to get my protein supplement with protein shakes, that's ideal. Also, once we reach our destination and we are in a hotel, I really try to get places that have a kitchen or at least a refrigerator so that I can make sure I stock up with high protein, healthy ingredients that I can have just as quick snacks. I can grab them if we need to, and I make sure that I have solutions for my problems. So I'm gonna make sure I can do a quick, easy, healthy sandwich, maybe some oatmeal, have extra fruits available for extra fiber, have nuts and seeds, protein powder. I also really try to focus on having lean protein available. So even having just like some ham or turkey in the fridge that we can grab is a really easy, healthy snack as well. And of course, I stock up on waters. I want all the waters I possibly can. Water is so helpful while you're traveling because you're not going to be as hungry. It keeps your fluid levels high. We're always walking around or hiking or doing something, so I always want to make sure that I stock up on water. And in the long run, your trip is just going to be a little blip on this long-term, lifelong goal of being healthy and losing weight and building muscle and just enjoying a healthy lifestyle. So I encourage you to enjoy yourself, but also remember that you don't want to throw all of your goals out the window. When we're on vacation, yes, it's nice to enjoy those times, and yes, it's nice to relax, but we still have responsibilities with our healthy lifestyle. We still have these goals that we want to reach. And if you choose to partake in extra stuff during your vacation, that's totally fine. Just don't beat yourself up about it later. Do it and know that you're doing it and that you're going to enjoy it anyway. I've learned it's very important to enjoy those moments with your friends and family. Any type of travel, even if you follow everything perfectly, might set you back a day or two just based off of extra bloating or different bowel movements and different types of food. A lot of times when we're traveling, there's extra salt in your food. All of that's going to have an impact on your weight and how you feel. But once you get back to your normal routine, that should all just kind of go away after a few days. And I have a whole video that talks about that on how to get back into the swing of things after travel. So I encourage you to focus on what brings you joy and be okay with whatever decisions you're making. And if you're someone that tends to regret decisions, definitely planning ahead and setting yourself up for success is what I would recommend. Trust in the process and you'll be fine. I'll see you in the next video.